Live from Music City, Nashville, Tennessee. This is your motivational, sensational, inspirational, educational, aspirational, international, keenly awaited, daily created, highly anticipated edition of the afternoon stream train for the home, share, relax, energy, with another daily dose of mentally delicious brain food. Remind you to love life, live life. True. What's up? I got two amazing people in the background. We got Ryan and we got Kristen. There she is, all the way over there next to the fireplace. Hope you're all doing sensational. Mason Rupert says howdy. What's up, buddy? Emily, how's it going? Tuana, hello. Mike, Stefan says good evening from Dusseldorf, Germany. I almost said Dumbledore, but I didn't. Steven, that's what counts. All right. What's going on, Jose? Beautiful. Thank you for being here. Awesome. Well, generally, just an FYI, usually Matt DeLong does the afternoon swing trading room on Friday, but come on, guys. It's the free week. I was working with Ryan anyway, and he's been crushing the 10 EMA all day yesterday, all day today. That guy can see that strategy in his sleep. But Kristen makes money every day when she wakes up. That's easy. Just another day for Kristen. So I figured, hey, since I'm already here and I'm already at the house and there's nothing specific going on, let's get after it. Give Matt a whole Friday weekend off. What do you guys think? Type in a 2 if that's cool with you. Awesome. Beautiful. Give Matt a nice 3-day weekend. He doesn't have to work his face off all the time. I love it. All right, we're going to do a quick screen share, and here's the SPY, the SPYs, and I'm very, very happy with today. Again, we talked a little bit about yesterday, and we were describing, or at least talking about, right, the purchase of the calls that I made on the FOMC Wednesday and sold those on Thursday morning to simply repeat that exact same process. So if you are buying low and selling high, in fact, type in a 7 if you remember me saying earlier this week, this is a great market to buy low and sell high. Any 7s? All right, cool. So that did happen today. There were so many good day trading opportunities today. I hope you guys took advantage of some of them. I was able to carve out a small gain today, so I was happy about that. And it was really, really beautiful. So I'm quite intrigued to see what happens. The end of the month is going to be on Monday, so we'll have new monthly candles. But we still are going to be ending with a pretty bullish candle this week. And obviously, I don't necessarily think, nor should we take out that candle anytime soon. All right, that would just be horrific. But again, I don't want to. I don't think we should. I don't think we will. And I'm going to keep an eye on everything. So essentially, for me, right, a lot of people are asking, Jeremy, did you get into some puts at the end of the day? And the answer is, well, of course, right? Same exact level that puts have worked literally 5 times before. Why would I try it again? Now, if we gap up big on Monday, right, that'll probably fade down. If we gap down on Monday, there'll be some bulls that are trapped. So it'll be very, very intriguing to see what happens. And I'm okay with either direction. But if we're going to go lower, and again, I have no problem if we don't. But if we do, I think we're still going to have something like this. And I think we're going to get some really, really good opportunities to make some crazy fun money once everything kind of comes to fruition. So long story short, the best way to describe my trading strategy right now is I'm buying calls as low as I can, and I'm buying puts as high as I can. Duh. Or I'm buying shares as low as I can, and I'm selling shares short as high as I can, right? Duh. Juan says, how far do you buy puts and calls? Month out. So I'm going with March right now. That's the answer to your question. So yeah, right now at the end of the day, I got into one put option, right? Small position. I realize that. All good, right? If it gaps down, maybe I make $400 or $500 on Monday. I don't know. I can always add to that position as a day trade on Monday if we need to, but I'm not doing anything too heavy. There's still a lot of indecision out there, and it's going to be interesting to see what happened. So we rallied. Now this candle looks a lot more bullish than I think it is because all of this buying legitimately came in the last hour of the day. Now, if you are a day trader, and I know Ryan's been practicing this strategy extremely well, but this was a really nice run up, and you had some nice little bear candles here. But again, just in case you're doing a late in the day thing, that candle was absolute glorious setup. I mean, entry there, stop there would have been a really nice trade on the SPY. I did not take that trade, but that would have been very pretty. Here's the Qs and the Qs, right? We're still retesting essentially. So this is the monthly chart. And the reason I'm pulling up the monthly is the 20 EMA on a monthly will go a little bit higher on Tuesday, right? Because we'll have a new month. So that'll slowly inch up. It'll be interesting to see how that plays out. The 10 EMA on a monthly is now at 360.99. 360.99. And the 200 on the daily is now, just to make sure that changes, 365.80. So these are the areas where I personally will be looking to get into some puts on the Qs, right? So I'll buy one or two here, one or two here, and then 17 or 40 here, right, off the 200. So we'll trade up as we go into here, and we'll just, again, the higher we go as we retest, the more likely I'll just protect myself just in case we get another rollover. But I think we can. It's bull candles like this that are very, very intriguing, especially in downtrending markets. It is candles and days exactly like this that usually lead to some more bear movement. So it's going to be intriguing to find out. We'll see what occurs. But here's the Dow Jones, and the Dow Jones ETF had a pretty strong day. Again, now that Apple is part of the Dow Jones, that certainly helped. Strong candle, good close. I'll definitely be very, very comfortable with bull trades and bear trades next week. No stress either direction. Trade into the 200, trade into the 100, and then I could maybe start picking up a put option or two just in case. But yeah, today was a great day for really bull trades and bear trades. You could have made money either direction today. It was really quite fun. Bull was primarily the winner, right? Mostly bullish trades were the wins, but you could have made some money on the bearish trade too. It just depends on, I guess, your timing with everything, right? So we have a decent list of stocks. Here's Maxar. And I did exit Maxar put sales yesterday. I got out of my Maxar put sales and I purchased those for a 1 hour loss. So I lost 1 hour on the max sale puts. I made about 0.8 Rs from buying puts over here on the trade down, selling those over here. So that was a profitable experience. But what's really intriguing on Maxar is I did lose on those put sales. I am keeping a very, very close eye to see how this thing retests this level, right? So this is the 200 simple on the weekly, right? This is a weekly chart. And if you adjust it for dividends, that doesn't really change by much, but it changes a little bit. But yeah, this is going to be a very important level for Maxar to hold and bounce off of. We can see we have a really, really beautiful hammer right here. So true story, I think we all know this. If we get some nice retests next week and we have any kind of breakdown, and again, I'm talking any kind of breakdown on the market next week or the week after, holy tamales, it's going to get rough. I mean, for other people, it's going to be great for us because we're going to make tons of money because we all know how to make money when the market goes down. And that's okay, right? Take advantage of the opportunity when it's there, and we can help out other people in the meantime. Go get your friends, go get people that you care about, teach them this stuff so they can learn it, so they can have more flexibility. So essentially, that's it on Maxar Technologies. Nothing special. I do have some long puts right now for March. So I bought March puts on Maxar. I've purchased my put sale back for a 1 hour loss because we took out all the support. And I'm just going to be in those long puts for a few weeks and just see how the overall trend hangs out. Okay. Also, we had a lot of traders who were afraid of this trade because they thought the market was extremely, extremely bearish. Then we were going to go to zero and the world was over and capitalism was dead as we know it. However, we got into a bullish swing trade on Zim integrated shipping because it was a 10 EMA strategy, right? 10 EMA. So we got in. We talked a lot about this recently. And I was like, hey guys, I mean, the market can go up, the market can go down. I never know. I have a general idea that it might go down lower at some point, but for right now, what I'm seeing is a potential opportunity to make money on Zim integrated software, Zim integrated shipping services. So if we put this entry and stop 1.2 Rs, okay, right about there. So let's go for 1.4. Hopefully sometime next week, 66.33 will be our target for ZIM. There'll be a new all-time high. There'll be a new high. There'll probably be 3 bull candles in a row. And Sammy says he got out. So he made a profit already. Very nice. Pedro says, when you buy puts, do you buy at the money? Yes. Mason is in this trade. He said he moved the stop up. Sammy got out with a profit, and Zach's in it. Ron's in it. Okay, cool. So 66.33 is going to be my target. Obviously, we'll see if it hits. It was right at about 1.2 hours today. And, full disclosure, the very last day of the trading the trading month is Monday. So very last day is Monday. The reason I'm bringing that up is because if I feel like exiting a few trades on Monday that are profitable, a few swing trades, just to pad my month, am I able to do that? The answer is, of course. Better question is, are you able to do that? And the answer is, of course, right? What we need to care about most in trading is risk. So the profits will eventually take care of themselves if you focus on risk. So if I need to lock in an R or two on Monday, I'm able to for any particular reason. I don't need any verbiage or whatever. So if I don't hit my target on Monday on Zim, I want to just exit and take a quick 1 Rs and some change off the table, I can. Zach Johnson, you for real? Is that a real stat? Oh my gosh. Zach says he's at 7 Rs for the month right now. Dude, congratulations. That's fantastic. What a baller. Sammy says, stack those chips. Guys, if you're going to eat chips, you need to have multiple chips. No one has just one chip, right? Is there any person on earth that can open a bag of potato chips and have one? No. So get multiple chips so that you can eat them. I agree, Sammy. Stack those chips, team. Don't just have one. Try to have more. All right. Next on the list was Travelers, and this is a swing trade that we're also in together. And this one, unfortunately, missed our target yesterday by a whole 30 cents. Brute Magoot. Really tough. So if you did sell yesterday, at the resistance, whatever, congratulations. I'm still holding this thing like a peon. Trend looks nice. We did bounce a little bit. I like the hammer. We really shouldn't take out that hammer at specifically any point. So here's what we're going to do on Travelers is just increase the stop a little bit. We've been in this trade an entire 4 days, but we do have a new formed pivot. So I'll put the stop right about here, and then I'll move the stop loss sometime next week to probably here. Again, this is one that I can exit. I'm allowed to exit, even if it's a super small win on Monday, just to, like Sammy said, stack some chips so that I can eat Pringles by the handful rather than by singular Pringles like an insane person. Stop move on TRV. Ron says, I missed it. Should I get in now? Got to get in on a pullback at 165.24 or lower. Never buy higher than me. At least buy lower than me. Yeah, man. All right. TRV. All right. Stop move. Perfect. Okay. Next on the list is Alphabet, aka the Googs, aka Google. Really, really strong close today. I mean, quite impressive. There's going to be, and I can look at these charts. I can feel the amount of sentiment that's bullish right now in the market. It's like, this is very, very bullish, this candlestick pattern. I mean, this candlestick pattern is extremely bullish. So again, would I be surprised if we go higher? No. Would I be surprised if this is also a trap? No. So we have to be nimble. We have to be flexible. We have to have and start implementing all kinds of fun strategies. All right. For the next few weeks, it's going to be a lot of day trading, bull swings, bear swings, iron condors, bear call spreads, bull put spreads. But day trading is going to reign supreme. Tons of volatility out there. Today was a great day. Great day. I mean, wow. So fun. Good close. Yeah, on Google. So anyway, I don't know what earnings is right on the corner. I don't personally plan on doing anything specific with this one on earnings. If I had to do anything, if I needed to, if you told me, hey, Newsom, you could get the ability to eat Snicker bars your entire life and never gain weight. If you took a trade over earnings on Google, I would do a bear call spread at an all-time high, because if we gap up with this kind of bullishness in the market, we're probably going to fade. right? We're going to get a little bit of fade action out there, even if it's a small fade. And then we could go higher. I don't know, but that's all I would do. Otherwise, I'd probably wait. The reason I wouldn't do a bull put spread is because there's a lot of pain to the downside if it gaps down, right? A lot of bulls that are trapped, the market in general is hanging on by a thread anyway. So if we gapped down and really start sinking, like there's some serious punishment that could come in. So I want to wait that out. All right, Everquote. So I was watching this one today to see how it would close because at one point during the day, it was a bull candle closing or that was a little bit below the 10 EMA. However, we did close above the 10 EMA, which is fine. The weekly chart also closed above the 10 EMA, so we no longer have a bear candle. Sorry, we no longer have a bull candle closing below the 10 EMA. Therefore, gonna wait this one out. Brody Smith says flatter than a Texas rattlesnake that got run over by 300 buses full of fatties. That is flat. That is oddly specific, says Mason. Yes, that is. Brody has had some trauma in his life. We can tell. He's gotten bitten by that Texas rattlesnake and is just really, really upset by it. Yeah, this thing's really, really flat, really sideways. The 100 is pushing this thing down. So we'll see. Don't have any trade on it. Waiting this out. Shopify. I mean, wow. Shopify, look at this recovery. Here's what's cool. And would anyone like to see a $175,000 miss on my part? Anybody like to see that? Yeah? Okay, cool. Figured. All right. So right here, I was as bearish as you could be on the market. Me and Robert were bearish. Everyone was bearish. I was analyzing this, and Robert comes on chat pane and goes, "This thing's gonna hit 800 by the end of Q1." I was like, "Dang!" Like Robert, like usually relatively more conservative with his call outs on the numbers. I had never really seen him like that bearish before. I was like, "Dang, you're saying this is gonna drop 200 points in like a few weeks?" All right. So if Robert says that, I buy some puts. So on right here, the next day, we got a little bit of bearishness. I bought 10 puts on Shopify. I bought 10 900 puts expiring in February at this time. So this is like a week and a half ago. And I forget exactly how much those were, but it was probably about 29. It was about $29,000 investment, give or take. Right around there. Each put was like 29 bucks, something like that. So that was the trade, right? So if it went down to like 24,000 or whatever, I'd lose an R, right? So it's $5,000. Okay. So here's the next day. The next day, it started working a little bit. I was up, nothing crazy. Well, for some reason, this day, when the whole market gapped up, right? We gapped up and we traded above. And you can see this upper shadow. This selling candle is a lot more selly than it looks. It sold off really in the last 30 minutes of the day. So right here at the very, very tip top, I was like at 24,321. So I was down, as close to being stopped out with an R as you could be. Like this thing was hanging on by the thread of threads. And I was like, that's really annoying because I was like, it's still bearish and I still got tons of time. And it wasn't out of the money put. And that's whatever. I'm open interest, spread, something, man. There was some finagling going on there. And I wasn't really happy about it. I was like, shoot. I was like, man, wow, we got a shave bottom candle. I was like, this thing's going to reverse tomorrow and it's going to stop me out. I'm just going to, whatever I get, if I can get a chance to sell tomorrow and lock in even a small gain, I will. So at the close of the day, right at the close of the day, this option was now worth like 30,120 or something like that. So just barely breaking. I was like, okay, tomorrow I'm going to lock this bad boy in. So tomorrow we gapped up again and I was down again at open and it rallied up, blah, blah, blah. I was red again. And this time the again, for some reason, the spread, the open interest, the whatever options were hating me. This thing went all the way down to like 24,000, like $180. So again, I'm talking even closer getting stopped out, even though it didn't even go higher. I'm like, man, these options are garbage. Why is this moving so dumb? I hate this. And then towards the end of the day, we sink all the way back down. And I go to profitable and I go again, for whatever particular reason, the options had this wild, crazy swing. That was the day that P&L swung like insane for everybody. And Shopify ends up closing. I was profitable, like 30, yeah, like $30,200 or something. I was like, all right, fine. I'm just going to close out the whole position. Yes, the whole position. You heard me right. Let me close out the whole position, take $1,000 gain. Oh, geez. This was so stupid. That was Monday. Yeah, this was Friday, right? I'm 96% sure that I had this timeline right. No, no, this was Thursday. Yeah, this is Thursday. This was Friday. All right, ready? Those options that I sold for flipping $30 on this day right here, right? Because I had a $900 put. Those options became worth $96 a contract. 96. Which means I would have been whatever. And then this day around open, and it started just kind of flagging down to here at this target at 800. These options were worth $125. I could have, and I know had I for some reason just been whatever, remotely patient, I could have sold that. That would have been $125,000 gain, or closing sale, and I would have made about 100K on that trade. What? So, okay, here's an interesting piece though. Type in a 7 if that's remotely exciting to you. If you're like, you can do that in the market. Like you can risk 5,000 and maybe make 100 grand in 3 days. Yes. Yes, you can. Did I do that? Nope. I'm an idiot. I don't know why I sold, and I don't know why the fear was taken over on me. I'm really not sure, but it happened. So anyway, but it again, really, really cool for us to kind of see and feel like, just to know how those options can move, and how you can control your risk. And yeah, emotions got in the way, something, whatever, call it whatever. I didn't lose on it, but I certainly didn't win. And that was a big one. That was a big mistake. That would have made January even better. And yes, obviously I would have donated probably all of it, but it still would have been a really, really cool trade. I don't know. Just really fluffed that one up. So that's Shopify. Now, are we done with the overall breakdown on Shopify since we're here, since we're talking about it? Probably, right? So if we go to the weekly chart, I mean, we could be. Let's hope for the market's sake that we're done. Because team, like if we trade sideways for a week and a half next week and we start breaking this down, that's it. That is it. Ron said you would have taken your mentor group to the BVIs. I would have. This is true. If I made $100,000 on that trade, yeah, I would have just taken all of you guys and you guys just could have come and hung out. This is a true story. Yep, I know. Now you guys should feel even worse. Stafford says, would you pyramid into Shopify down here? I do like Shopify, and yes, I would. I would tiptoe. All right, I wouldn't necessarily do it with leaps. So Pat, the 200 simple is just very far away. Right, the 200 simple is, I mean, that doesn't look far, dude. That's 200 points. That's very far away. Very far. So it could trade down here and bounce 100%. But if you think I'm not going to make a bunch of money in the meantime between there and there, you are mistaken. However, just letting you know, like if we take that out, it's going to get kind of bad, right? I mean, that's a 200-point drop is insane. That is massive. So anyway, huge move. It can easily go lower, right? Team, keep that in mind. This is likely a wave 3 anyway. 1, 2, 3, 4. I do think the markets and overall Shopify can go a little bit lower, but if you're looking into pyramiding in, yes. Brody says, would you say Shopify is an unbreakable basket? Oh, that's a great question. Yeah, I would. I would. Even though they've had pretty high PE and pretty high price of sales and all that stuff, and you've had a really, really good pullback, even though it can go lower. There's a lot of growth here. A lot of companies that are using this one. So much e-commerce is running through Shopify. A lot of good technology, a lot of good data, a lot of good customers. Brody says, "Why don't they do a split?" You'll have to ask them on that one, brother. You have to run that one by them. Matt says, "Was there any way you could have known to stay in the trade?" Yeah, just the trend. Should just, I mean, there was nothing specifically bullish. I should have just not looked at my P&L. You know, I should. Robert says it was going to hit 800. I should have listened to Robert. I shouldn't have sold. There was nothing specifically saying get out other than my fear of losing money and my fear of losing an R. And seeing the intraday swings, right? I shouldn't have been paying attention to my P&L that much on that trade or on those positions. That's what, honestly, I mean, that drop, and I did very well on that drop in the markets, but had I not been focusing on my P&L, I think I would have made $1 million that week. Yep. Not exaggerating. I've been about $1 million week. If I really wasn't so focused on my P&L, yep. Oh well. Live and you learn. I'll be ready if the next one happens. I'll be ready. All right. Next on the list is Tesla, ladies and gentlemen. All right. So we're going to clean up the Tesla chart just a little bit. I think I can take this off right now. And I can take this off right now and take this off and take this off. I do have a bull put spread on Tesla. I have bought to close my bear call spread because it was pretty much at max gain. So max gain. Yeah, I'm out. I mean, I bought back this. There's no real reason to hold this. So I got out of it. And so here's what's beautiful. I already know exactly what to do if this thing gets taken out. Right? I think all of you do as well. So two things. If it goes higher, be a little bit more bullish than bearish until it trades back up to here and here, and then look for a potential one more shot at a rollover, something like that. That's generally my whole thoughts on the market. And if we take out that candle, especially if we do it on Monday, you feel free to buy as many puts as you can afford. And I will have to do that too to protect that bull put spread. That's essentially the analysis on Tesla. Really, really cute candle hanging right at the 200. Jose says, but it is a bullish hammer. Definitely. Very strong bullish hammer. Yep. Really good support level right at the 200. Absolutely can bounce here for sure. So if it doesn't, good luck. Now, here's the 3-minute chart. And Dan did do this day trade for all of you guys in the day trading room today. So I hope you're in the day trading room because this was one of the greatest trades I've ever seen. And that's not an exaggeration. This is absolutely perfect. This is so good. Dan set the trade up. He made it official. It was money. Type in 9 if you can see it. I mean, this was just so clean and delicious and phenomenal. Brody says double bottom EMA retest. Yep. Tuana says I'm typing in a 9 and I played it. Oh, good point. Type in a 9 and then a T for Tuana and Tesla if you played this. I made some money. Where's those 9 and those T's? Let me see them. All right. We got Jose and we got Rock and we got Tuana. Awesome. Beautiful. So anyway, bear candle close above. Entry here. Stop there. Bang. That's it. Clean and easy. Such a good trade. Such a good trade. And someone might go, well, why not short right here? It's like you could have, right? You certainly could have shorted there with a stop there. It was just on the low side, right? I mean, Tesla was already very low. It already sank a lot. And the 200 simple moving average was right there. Right? Don't remember that. Keep that in mind. 200 simple was there on the daily. So is Tesla going to bounce off the 200 simple? Well, obviously it did. And then Again, if you're a big fan of money, right here, I missed this trade. I played on the Qs, but I didn't play it on Tesla. Right here, what do you guys think? Type in a 77 if you see it. You should. My boy Ryan back there sees it. It's easy. That's the first bull candle that closes below the 10, right? You had this one. It was a great one. Didn't trigger. You had this one. It's a great one. Didn't trigger. None of those triggered. And then squadoosh, bang, stop. Wonderful. I mean, if you had an entry here, stop loss there, 1.2 hours is probably there. But realistically, with all of this compression, all that sideways action, and then you eventually would have lowered your stop to right here, so you lose half an hour at most. You probably went for 2.5 hours on this one. So anyway, great trade. So yeah, the swing trade is going to be very, very interesting. Super, super fun to see what this one does. It's a great hammer. Let's hope that it bounces. And if it doesn't, goodbye. Next on the list is AMD. And AMD has an earnings, so I probably won't play this one the way I want to. I'll likely have to wait until earnings. But AMD closing below the 200 is definitely a warning signal. So if this one retests into here, right? If it retests into here, that's going to be a little bit of a weak sign. But again, I'm going to wait on AMD until earnings come out to trade this one. So yeah, I mean, Intel gapped down on earnings, so I'm assuming AMD is going to gap up. Keep in mind, this was at $160 weeks ago, right? Many, many weeks ago. And by many, I mean 7 to 9 weeks ago. It was really, really just extremely recent. So this pullback is healthy. I mean, imagine how much would you have paid to buy AMD at 95 right here? Right? How much would you have been like, oh, if I can only go back in time and buy it down there? Well, guess what? Time travel is here. Bang. We're almost back down there again. Paul says, is a hammer closing below the 200 SMA a good thing or a bad thing? Neither. Just depends on what side of the trade you're on. Just depends, brother. If you're a bull, it's bad. If you're a bear, it's good. Just depends. So we're going to keep an eye on AMD. We're going to watch it very closely next week. We're going to see how we retest into here. And again, I'm assuming AMD is going to gap up on earnings, probably trade up a little bit, and then, at some point trade down. So it'll be fun to see what happens there. Coin. This is Coinbase. Again, Coinbase is going to be fine, but they're battling it out. This is really just weak sauce 101 right here. Like, open up your fridge and look for weak sauce. You're going to find a bottle of Coinbase. This thing, support, lower highs. If it trades like this and breaks, ouch. Ouch, ouch, ouch. Brody says, I love the quote that you gave regarding that. All past declines look like an opportunity. All future declines look like risk. Precisely. Yep, you nailed it. And right now, I mean, we are definitely declining on Coinbase. We're an all-time low. So this will be one of those stocks where you'll be able to go back in time and go, wow, man, if I'd only bought it XYZ price. I think it could theoretically go down into the double digits. I think that's possible. And if that happens, I'll start really kind of getting a little bit more aggressive on this one, and just kind of like tiptoeing in. But this is a very, very nice pennant pattern, my friends. And to me, we can easily break this down and we can go lower. So just keep that in mind. Make sure that's understood. Upwork, UPWK. I no longer have any positions in Upwork, and it feels pretty good to say that, I think. Gapping up a little bit on, after hours, but I don't think there's anything special about that. It too has a small bullish high wave candle. So again, I'm not saying at all that the market has to take out these candles, but if it does, the bloodbath will continue. This is just the beginning. Am I buying Upwork down here? No. When will I buy Upwork again? It's going to be a few months. I'll see what happens on earnings. I'll read through the earnings report. I'll let it chop around, let it base, let it start accumulating. I'm okay to wait for this to start getting back into things. When the market has a really, really, really steep drop, and again, we guys all know about market theory, and we all know about Dow theory, and we all know about accumulation, public participation, all that good stuff. This is a public participation bearish, and I know that. We all know that. You know that. So we know what's going to come next, and we know how it's going to move. So there's no reason to be extremely, extremely aggressive to try to catch something bullish right now. ARLP, Alliance Resource Partners, coal and energy. So this bad boy has just been growing nonstop, essentially since Biden came in office, or so it seems. Seems that way. That was essentially the bottom, which is kind of ironic. And yeah, 200 symbols at 11.55. Got a long way to go, but it's been on an absolute scorcher. And this thing's gone from $3. Look at that IPO low bounce. Wow. Right off of $3. I did not buy that at all, but I sure wish I could. I did have. So nice run up, decent weekly chart. Yeah, buy a dip if you're in this one. And if you got in on the 10 EMA strategy right here, cool. Earnings are just a few days away. I think they're on Monday or Tuesday. So just keep that in mind. And that's all I got on ARLP. Too simple holdings. More like too simple not to hold. This thing. Whew, wow. Talk about a support that failed. So this line that I'm drawing right here, this support line, I'm literally drawing that from one candle and one candle only. We skate to one song and one song only. So the break below this candle, right, happened over here, came all the way over here, and you can kind of see when it didn't hold, right? I would have loved to have shorted a retest there, and I wouldn't have gotten filled on that. So I did, and I would, even in hindsight, would have missed this trend down. So too simple. I think this is an EV garbage truck company or something. They do some EV stuff. So interesting to see what that one does. Arlo, ARLO. So good job, Thomas Wong. Thomas sold his Arlo at like 10. What's the exact high? Let me go find the exact high. 1088. So Thomas Wong sold his Arlo shares at 1088, the exact high. But again, we can kind of see why he did that, right? So check this out. Here's the resistance. He bought some positions in here. It was a small size, nothing too crazy. Held. Can you type in a 1 if you can see, obviously, where a good selling spot would have been on Arlo? Yeah, and that's what he did. He sold right there at that resistance and moved on, took his profit, and that was it. What if it goes higher? Well, it sure could, but it didn't. Anything can go up. Your job is not to get in at the top or get out the top. Your job is to make money and not give it away. That's your job as a trader. Make money and then not give it away. Big lesson for me. It's easy to make, hard to keep. Making money is easy. It's very, very easy. It's very easy to get rich, especially if you live in America. Extremely simple. I don't see any other trade right now, specifically on Arlo. I mean, boom, 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 boom. You know, something like that's cool. I don't see anything else I'm going to personally take, though. So let's keep waiting on that. Home Depot. Love this candle on Home Depot. Very nice bounce off the 200. So good job, Ron. I know you were buying some shares of Home Depot, and you're not upset about this one getting a little bit of a bounce, right? This is pretty much what carried the Dow Jones today. Strong close, good candle, can easily and likely will easily go up to the 200. I think a lot of stocks are probably going to have a small gap down on Monday, and then we either trade higher or that gap down fails, and that would be worst case scenario. So, but Home Depot, man, long term would be fine. Good trade on that one for you, brother. Nice bounce. First interaction that Home Depot's had on the 200 in over a year, almost a year. March of 21. When was COVID? What would I do? What did I do in March of 20? What was last year? What? I've been a 7 of the last 2 years, a little bit of a blur. Like you got to go check a calendar. Like, let me scroll through my phone and see like, what? What was I doing a year ago? Where am I? All right, next on the list is Bitcoin. Sir Biddy McBitterton. I mean, it's going to slowly try to climb higher a little bit. Right, we got a high wave candle, very indecisive. If we can get a close, which we tried the other day, but we haven't quite there. If tonight we can close above 38,000, I think that'll be the okay short-term best case news for Bitcoin, and we can or likely will slowly pump up into 42, something like that. And then from there, I really don't know. Maybe trade over, maybe not. But I like Bitcoin. I mean, hey, can it bounce down here? Absolutely. Right. The 100 simple on a weekly is coming to press it up. The next 3 weeks are going to be very, very important for the rest of the year for the crypto markets and the stock market. So if there were a time that you would want to hang out with some professional traders, it's probably going to be the next 3 weeks. Next 3 weeks can make or break probably the rest of your life if you time it right. It's going to be a really, really fun next 2 or 3 weeks. Because we bounce here, fantastic. All is good. If we crush, man, oh man. Redfin from 100 to 26. Wow. Wow. Redfin, man. This thing is getting train wrecked. Yep, just keep staying away from this one right now. This is a falling knife. I don't have any position in Redfin presently. I do like the company. I know exactly how they make money. I like it. I think they're cool. I think we can go lower. Pretty much anything on ARC, I don't think is quite done yet. But yeah, definitely got COVID pumps. That is for sure. Square. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 bear candles in a row on a weekly chart. 5. So again, team, please understand, we easily can go higher in the markets, right? Easily. We can get some good gaps. We can get some good moves. Square is certainly one of those that can benefit from some type of nice gap on Monday and a trade up, without question. Some of the most bearish volume of all time this week on Square at the all-time low, or at a strong low. This is a strong company. I do get it. It looks like an absolute just train wreck for the bulls. So we'll see. If you're buying shares here, buy small size, really tiptoe in, or day trade it and look for some gaps. Robinhood. So this is a good question. A lot of people go, is this it for Robinhood? It should be. If Robinhood takes out the low of this candle, literally anytime in the next month, it's going to have a reverse split before April. So this is the bottom is in candle on Robinhood. If you are going to trade it, I'm not personally going to trade it, right? I'm not going to be buying anything, but this is buying volume. This is a great spot. Earnings were terrible. However, if this thing can hold up, great. If I were to day trade it or swing trade or whatever, I'd probably try to buy it halfway into this candle. So your risk reward's quite good. And I could easily be talked into a trade on Robinhood. I'm just waiting for the 10 EMA strategy to present itself, right? I'm waiting for a 10 EMA strategy on Robinhood to go along. Other than that, this should be the bottom, right? So if you were looking at doing something or whatever, or wanted to, this should be it. Otherwise, goodbye. Caterpillar down 5% today on earnings. Really good gap on Cat, trapping all of those bulls. Let's look at this 3-minute chart. This is probably one that me and Ryan are going to back trade tonight. And Caterpillar, what an evening star reversal. Wow. Man, that's so intriguing. A cat with an anger problem and a Mozart addiction could have made money on Caterpillar. Look at that. Evening star reversal, short below that hammer, stop up there. That's a really good breakdown. Slowly move, but very, very good gap to say the least. You would have had to have that on your watch list to trade it. Otherwise, big picture on Caterpillar. I mean, we've fully come all the way back. Very strong close. Wow. Wow, that does not look super strong. Dang. Woo. Man, that's a really bearish gap on Caterpillar. Okay. Okay. Josh says, did you say Mozart edition? Yeah. Mozart, composer. Yeah, I got to put down the list for Monday. We got to keep an eye on that. Oh, Mason, that's nice. High five for you. Mason says more like Meowzart. Ah, that's good. Steven says, why do you think Cat didn't fade? Just trapped too many bulls, right? Trapped this guy, trapped this guy, trapped this guy. The overall market was up, essentially gapped down. Once it took out the 100, that was all she wrote. That was it. So I'm gonna keep an eye on this one because, man, if this thing retests, we can play some option strategies on this one, have a good time. Okay, back to the list for today, which is Friday. And Lowe's. Lowe's look exactly like Home Depot. Nothing to see here. Close above the 100. Lowe's is actually stronger than a Home Depot, realistically. But I mean, yeah, with the 100 here, bang, 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 retest, buy the dip. And anything bullish, essentially, you can place the stop below the low of today, realistically. Yeah, because it closed below there. Gonna get rough in here. Goodbye, stocks for now. Otherwise, yep, it looks pretty. Ethereum. I do have some position in Ethereum, so 4.7%. This is the hammer that I'm watching very closely. We haven't closed above that hammer, but the high is 25.4310. So if we can close above there tonight, we will have or should have established a little bit of a base, which would stipulate that if you want to buy a little bit of that dip, buy on that base. Beautiful. Again, Ethereum is compressing, cryptos are compressing, everything is compressing. Can go higher, can go lower. I'm game either way. I'm in Ethereum. I got orders down here at 1776. I got orders at 15. I got order all the way down in this area. I got some orders. We'll see if it happens. Hopefully it doesn't. I don't want it to go lower. I want it to go straight up to 7,000 tomorrow, but it's not going to. It'll slowly grind higher, and we'll just give it some time and let it hang out. Okay. Alibaba, it's doing Alibaba things. It's back at supports. And this is a one white soldier, new white soldier candle at a support level, or approximately the same place that Charlie Munger bought it. So two choices on Alibaba. Choice number one, buy puts at 100 for February. If it gaps down, it's going to get absolutely spanked. Choice number one, that's really the only choice you should probably do on Alibaba. Other than that, day trade it if it gaps up Monday and or Tuesday and or on earnings day, and just have fun with the day trading. It's out of support. Hopefully it bounces. This is a very, very nice candle. You could certainly make some bull money on Monday or Tuesday with Baba for a quick little bounce off of here, even if it's a quick swing trade. Other than that, going to get a little topsy-turvy. Amazon. Nice candle. Decent close. Looks like everything else, essentially. And the weekly chart's just kind of hanging out. Looks cool. Monthly chart hanging out. Looks pretty cool. Don't really see anything else on Amazon. I mean, it looks like everything else needs to go a little bit higher, needs to kind of interact with some of these moving averages, and we'll see what happens after that. But presently, just hanging out on Amazon. Apple was, and again, just in my opinion, the easiest bullish day trade I've ever seen in my entire life. Meaning, like, if you're watching Apple and didn't day trade it today, your diet this weekend should consist of apples. That's all you should eat. So who's eating apples all weekend? Type in a one. Who's going to the store and just that's all you're doing all weekend? Mason's doing it. Ron's doing it. All right. Maggie's doing it. Yeah. I'm going to walk you through this one, but that's all you're eating this weekend. If you just typed in a one, because this was the easiest trade I've ever seen. I'm not exaggerating. This is so simple. Look at this gap up. So we know everyone's trapped. Every bear, right? I mean, every single bear, and we know how bearish the market's been, are trapped at open. It pulled back down and retested old resistance, new support. Now, even if you're not doing any of that, you're not analyzing any of that. Since we opened above yesterday's high for our day trading strategy on the 10 EMA, can you day trade this one, true or false, in the first 20 minutes? All right, it's true. Perfect. So now let's go look at the 3 minute and just analyze the simplicity and the beauty of this thing. Because here's what's fantastic. We are able now to not only look at it, analyze it, but you can practice it so that the next time you get a gift like this from the stock market gods, you are going to be able to take advantage of it. Right? You will be able and ready. All right, 10 EMA, here it is. And scroll back. Beautiful. Oh my goodness. I mean, when you're talking about easy, look at this gift. And you had an hour and a half to trade it too. Bear candle, double bottom, but none of that matters. Let's just talk about the strategy. Bear candle closing above the 10. So how many people are here? Okay, hundreds of people are here. Type in a 6 if that is the first bear candle that closed above the 10 EMA on both time frames. I expect to see over 100 6s. Everyone type in your 6. Because we got about 25 people only eating apples this weekend for their diet. All right, so there's all the 6s. Now, what's the strategy from there? What do we have to do? Get in above that high. All right, so entries there in the blue. Where's your stop go? Stop is below the bull candle. Right here. Right here. That's it. That's the trade. And you legitimately had 3, 6, 9, 12, 15 minutes to take that trade. 15. Amazing. That's just so clean. Plus all of the bears trapped on the daily chart. Beautiful gap, beautiful trade. So pretty. Print this one out, practice it. Easiest thing I've ever seen. And if you need to print out the EMA strategy, right, make sure you just pop over to your dashboard and go to free resources and snag a copy of the strategy for your day trading. Again, if you weren't watching it from a day trade, that's okay. No big deal. But now you at least can see how simple that bad boy was. So there we go. Apple, gorgeous trade. Nice done. Nicely done. Buy the dip on Apple. It's Apple. Next on the list is Chewy. Chewy. So Chewy's hanging out. Super small bull candle. We didn't close below the 10 today. We actually closed above it. So I was hoping that was going to be maybe a bull 10 EMA, like a bear 10 EMA style trade on Chewy. But no, so we're just kind of waiting on Chewy to do its thing. It is at a little bit of a support. It is down so much. This thing went from 120 to 70% down on Chewy. So again, be very careful, be cautious, buy it slow, buy it patient. Visa had a very nice gap today as well. So Visa, bull gap and go, trapping everybody. Here's your 3-minute chart. And here's your trade setup on Visa. Right? Almost as easy as Apple. Entry there, stop right there. So this one, you would have gotten paid a little bit if you were super patient. If you were one patient panda, you could have made money on Visa. But the reason I was saying Apple was easy is because it never even gave you a reversal signal. Like it never even scared you out of anything. This one, I can see how this one would have been a little bit tough. Apple, man. What a day trade. And then Oxy, OXY. Very nice inside candle. Yeah, this is pretty. Inside candle today. It is the first, technically. So here's the weekly chart. Let me just make sure we're not all-time highs. We're not. The 200 is pretty close. Draw a line there. Monthly chart. Okay. We're above that. Moving averages. 50 is right in front of us. Okay. So the 50 is right in front of us and the 200 right in front of us. That's going to keep me from taking a 10 EMA style day trade. I don't really trade Oxy that often, but I don't want to get in here knowing the 200 on the daily, on the weekly is here and the 50 on the monthly is right there. So I'm just going to leave this one alone. But overall, I can see why this trend looks nice and the chart looks pretty. Ladies and gentlemen, Monday, right? Brand new group of individuals are going to be joining Real Life Trading. Let's pause here for just a few minutes. Does anyone have any questions about signing up. You made it all the way to the end. Mason says, cancel ExxonMobil. Yep, cancel ExxonMobil. Okay. David says, I'm signing up for the subscription on the day trading service. Beautiful. Awesome, David. I appreciate that, man. I will count you in. I'm excited to see you there. It's going to be fantastic. Who else is joining the family, the mission, the movement to enrich lives? Mason out says, we'll see you in Slack. I signed up with a mentorship group. Awesome, man. Tuana's going to be there. Tashar says, I bought the day trading. Fantastic. Mason says, I'll be starting in February. Great. Ernesto says, I'll be there. Love to see you there. Well, team, it means the most to me for you all to continue joining your education. Alex says, not sure if I do the AM or the PM. Do the PM, Alex. This is the room that you're in right now. Do that one for a few days or weeks or months. Let's make some money that way. Crush it. Michael says, I can't wait. All right. Kevin says, see you next week. Mason says, thanks, bro. Safe travels. Yep. I'll be flying out on Tuesday. So I won't see you guys Tuesday, but I'll be in the British Virgin Islands next week, but I'm not on vacation. I'll still be doing the trading rooms, just not on Tuesday. All right. Well, ladies and gentlemen, I think you're fantastic. Thank you. Means a lot to me that you were here, that you spent your time with me this week. And I truly, truly do hope that you all continue to be a part of Real Life Trading, join, and you give me and everyone here at Real Life Trading the love and the attention, the admiration that you all have inside of you. There's going to be so much goodness ahead. You are unbelievable, and I cannot wait to see what the future holds for us together. Love you all. And until next time, love life, and trade it. Bye.